HackerEarth is an enterprise software company, and we are trying to solve two problems out there in the market. We have two products which we take to the market out there. One is the talent assessment platform, where we are helping companies to use these assessments to hire the best technical talent out there. When they're hiring developers or programmers, they can use this assessment platform to get the best developers out there for the company. Second is the innovation management platform, where we are helping companies to innovate on a daily basis. Innovation is often looked at as a separate, sorry, I just lost the train of thought there. Okay. Should I start all over again? Or?
To the last sentence.
Okay.
Take a deep breath and you can start.
Okay. Okay. So we are helping companies to set the right innovation infrastructure. People often think that innovation is a special mechanism that they have to bring in terms of the business, which is not true. We think that every day, people can innovate, and that's where, our Sprint platform comes into picture. So we help them do it on a daily basis, find that competitive edge in the market using Sprint to innovate on a daily basis for them.
Can you please, brief us about the process that actually happens here at HackerEarth? What's the sales process like?
So we are into enterprise sales. It's a long-run sales cycle that we follow, and for us, every stage of the sale is very important. As I said, when I say long-run sales cycle, there are a lot of stages that involved. Of course, you know about the actual sales stages that are there. That is quite common to all the companies. But what we want to do is we want to have that visibility across stages, say from starting from the lead to the closure. So how it works and how a lead matures at each stage from lead to, say, demo stage, and how we approach and how we convert that into an opportunity. And okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Other side. Yeah.
So HackerEarth.
Sorry, one thing. You can keep looking at Anthony.
Sure. HackerEarth is into enterprise sales, and for us, sales process is no different from any other organization. So we do follow the standard sales process where you follow the SPANCO mechanism. But one thing that we ensure is we need to have visibility across all stages, like how a lead passes and matures through the opportunity stage and then finally gets to the closure. So that's where it becomes all the more important to understand like how a lead is passing through and maturing and becomes a closure for us.
Okay. Any particular cases of having success that you'd like to talk about in this?
What kind of success?
Okay, I'll come to that question.
Yeah.
Why do you need a CRM at HackerEarth? And what were the key business challenges and risks faced as a result of not having a CRM before?
Right. So it's natural to look into a CRM because once the businesses start to mature, you need to have things in place. You need to try and derive insights out of your business. So that's where the importance of CRM becomes even more. Initially, when we were a team of like 10 or 15 people, we never thought that CRM was that important. But as the business grew, we wanted to understand like what kind of companies that we are working with, what kind of prospects are getting us the right kind of business, and what is the market or what is the addressable market that we have. All these things are coming out of the CRM. So until unless you maintain a repository of it and try to slice and dice the data, you will not be able to get the necessary insights to act upon it. And when you're trying to scale a business, it becomes all the more important to create cohorts where CRM helps us to do that effectively rather than doing it in a manual way using Excel sheets. Yeah, so the biggest advantage of having a CRM is it brings a lot of control to the business, and it also brings a lot of predictability in terms of like how the revenue targets are achieved. So we always thought of understanding like what we are doing as a business and what kind of market that exists for us for the products, and what is the potential that we have with respect to our products out there in the market. And also to understand closely like how each and every salesperson is performing out there in the market. Are we covering enough clients out there? Are we getting enough business from the clients that are out there in a particular segment or a city? So tracking everything in a manual basis becomes very difficult. So that's where CRM plays a major role in tying all these things together and throwing necessary insights for us to take better decisions, and this helps us to take data driven decisions for the business out there.
Can you just go the last part again? Just this vein was just good.
Okay. So as I was saying, so CRM helps us to take data-driven decisions. Otherwise, it will be completely ad hoc, where we do not have a track of things like what sales guys are doing out there in the market. We are not able to derive the right insights out there. So this helps us automate a lot of things and puts everything into one single place and helps us maintain a repository and try and see like what we can derive out of these insights and take our next action basis that. It's apparent, right? So whenever you look at CRM, you just go ahead and decide to use the number one CRM in the world. But we went horribly wrong, because at least with the kind of business that we were into and the kind of stage that our company was, I think it was a wrong decision for us, because Salesforce is a very advanced platform out there, but still at the end of the day, it didn't offer the customization that was required for the business that we had. And it was a little complex for the users also, and we were getting first time users of the CRM into the company, and they found it really difficult with respect to the UX that Salesforce came with. And in terms of the customization and the workflows that we wanted for our business was missing out there. The support was also missing, because it's a large organization and we are a small organization trying to find our feet in the market out there, and the kind of customization they could bring for the plan that we worked out with them was not up to the mark. So the entire year we couldn't use it to the hilt, and the entire investment that we made on that CRM went to waste. So that's why we had to move out of that CRM and figure out something which is much more suited for the business that we are into. We chose Salesforce because it was the number one CRM in the world. It still is, but the kind of value that we could derive out of Salesforce was very minimal. Is it enough? I think we have covered the other things.
So what were the areas that a reputed tool like Salesforce could not provide that HackerEarth needed? What are the weaknesses of Salesforce in a way that made you decide to move to vTiger CRM? Start off with the Q and then...
Okay. See, Salesforce as a CRM, I know, for the large organizations it might suit really well, but for the kind of business that we are into and the kind of stage that the company is into, it doesn't suit well for the sales process that we have set. First thing, we needed a lot of customization in terms of what we had to do with our sales process that we have set out. So that was missing, because it was a standard plan that was being offered by Salesforce. So the complete customization was out of the window. And in terms of the support that we could get from the team was very less. We expected a lot from an organization like Salesforce, where they would be working closely with the customers, which is completely missing. I don't want to blame completely, because there might be different reasons for that, but we couldn't get that support initially to hand-holding us and helping us to say adopt this product for that matter. Second, the UX was bad. The interface that they brought, especially on the user side, people who are using, the sales people who are using this platform didn't like it, and this resulted in a low adoption for us. So in fact, the gamification was missing, and the kind of usability was completely missing for us. The entire year, whatever we invested in the CRM went to waste. Salesforce could not provide a lot of things that we wanted in a CRM. So that's where we had to look for a different CRM which could fit for our business. Yeah, I actually spoke to you about our old CRM that we first, what we experimented on. Salesforce didn't pay off well. So this time we wanted to be very sure like the CRM that we bring into the system is absolutely right and it is serving our needs. So VTiger, when we initially met, we found that to be really good in terms of the kind of insights that it showed on the dashboard and what we could get out of the CRM in terms of the value. So the biggest problem that we are trying to solve was where our sales professionals are using it on a daily basis, which was not happening with Salesforce. So we wanted a CRM with a good user interface, which was presented by VTiger. So that solved our first problem itself. Second, we wanted a CRM which throws rich insights, as I said. So that was pretty much in line with what our expectations were. CRM was already throwing out a lot of insights, which is very essential to track what is happening with the business and how we need to look at different reports and make sense of it. So that was very good with VTiger. Third is the customization part. We work closely with the team, and people were, especially the customer success team and the product team, were quite accommodating in terms of the requests that we placed with respect to the reports or with respect to the workflows that we needed on the CRM, which was really good. So that support was missing, as I said, with Salesforce, which was quite evident when we spoke to VTiger. So that helped us. See, as we are running business, and for me as an individual who's driving a team, I need clean metrics. I need to look into the reports on a daily basis, and there are different kinds of reports that come with VTiger. So which has helped us till now. It has been brilliant. We've been able to track a lot of things with respect to sales cycles in terms of how leads are looked at and how it is passing through different stages, and also to make sense of what business that we have churned. All these things are there. So all reports help me to understand like where we are taking this business towards. So that's why we, should I say that?
You can just say that
Okay.
online.
So that's why we chose VTiger as our preferred CRM. See, for us, CRM is a daily business, and it has been mandated within the organization at least.
Sorry, 1 second. Don't look at the camera.
Okay.
Only look at
Okay. Okay. I'll start again.
And you might want to start with we use VTiger.
Okay.
You can use your hands. It's better with that. Okay.
So we use VTiger for a lot of reasons. As I said, first is to automate everything with respect to sales, to bring a thorough understanding about the business itself. To start with, it's a daily routine for sales. It is a mandate for us. The entire team has to enter activities on a daily basis. What they're doing with the set of portfolios that they handle. They need to tab in their activities out there. They need to maintain different stages with different prospects. What has happened with each organization? What kind of opportunities we are pursuing out there in the market? And for managers, it throws a lot of insights as to like how they're growing their portfolio for that matter, or how their segment is being grown in a month or in a quarter. So helps us track things very closely. So from a sales professional standpoint, it is very essential because every person who is taking care of a certain set of accounts should have the clear visibility as to like what is happening with this set of accounts and what kind of activities is getting the right results for him and his team. And as an organization, we need to understand like whether these teams are putting the right efforts, or whether these efforts are being directed towards the right channels. Are we making the right decisions out there to get the best business out there in the market? So all these things happen on VTiger itself. See, though we discuss a lot of things outside, we do catch-ups and all, but there should be some repository where we are tracking things, where we're documenting everything and have a thorough understanding like how it is happening with each team and each sales professional out there. So that's the kind of automation that VTiger as a CRM brings to the business. And there are so many features that people use. We put out our opportunities on a daily basis. We put out activities on a daily basis. It may be phone calls, mails, everything that happens with each and every single account and an opportunity is registered in the CRM. So that helps us maintain a case history for any account that we work with. So it's easy for the sales person also to look at like what has happened and what is the next action that has to be taken. Likewise, from an overall perspective, it helps me to understand what kind of new strategies have to be made and how we need to grow our business, what are the things that we need to fix, and where are the gaps. All these things can be managed using the CRM.
Also, can you tell us like the most used features like reports, the Gmail add-on, workflow automation,
Yeah.
custom models? Can you touch those areas as to what are the specific features?
So that Gmail extension is the newest thing that vTiger has introduced, which really helps. It cuts down a lot of work for these sales guys because they need not go into the CRM and start tabulating things. They can do it from their email itself. It's very convenient, and I've seen a spike in the activities that have happened using this Gmail add-on that has been brought in by vTiger. So that helps a lot. Second, as I said, we track pipeline on a daily basis, weekly basis and all. So the reports are quite crisp, and the different kinds of reports that vTiger gives us helps us understand prospects in a different way altogether. So we track pipeline on a weekly basis, monthly basis, quarterly basis. We also understand like what opportunities are there in the pipeline for the next 90 days and how we can actually ensure that good conversion happens with the opportunities that are lying in the pipeline. So it gives us a clear visibility as such. So there are different types of report that you guys generate, which gives us a quick glimpse. Say your chart report helps us give us a quick glimpse of like what is happening, whereas your detailed Excel report helps us slice and dice the data and figure out like where the action has to be taken. So it's bringing in a lot of intelligence in terms of like what we do as a sales department for that matter.
Can you speak about the approvals?
Yeah. And since we have grown as a team, we are a team of 30 people now in sales. Of course, I'm putting customer success, which is also part of the sales function out there. It becomes very difficult to track things and manually debate on what kind of opportunities and what kind of discounts we need to offer for the client. So we have set templates for that. We have put out figures out there, and there is a proper approval process which has been built into the CRM. People can do it on their own, and anybody who is supposed to, or the stakeholder who is supposed to take the decision out there, they can approve it, or I'll redo it again. So any stakeholder who is looking into or who is responsible for taking the approvals can just, it's just a click away in the CRM. So need not again, get in touch with the person and debate about like what this prospect is all about. Anyway, the case history is already maintained in the system, so people know like what kind of opportunity is closed, and if it is falling in the bracket, and if it is falling in line with what business that we are trying to close, they can approve it accordingly. Yeah, so first of all, for us, we moved away from Salesforce because it was not customizable enough. Why customization is important for Hackerith as a business is that we realize that every sales process differs from the other business for that matter. And we are no different. For us, we had to identify like what kind of process we need to set and how we can actually automate this process rather than doing certain things manually. So that's where we checked with vTiger, can this automation be done on the CRM? And we found that it could be easily done. And just to tell you a couple of things, one, in terms of the workflow itself, like the way the lead moves from one stage to the other. We have different functions who are part of this process now. So we have marketing, which works with different campaigns. They work with different tools, and they are integrating with CRM, and that has to flow through the process again. So once it comes into the CRM, it should sit into a lead list. We don't want leads coming directly and sitting with the organizations because that has to be validated. Whereas we do not have such lead lists separately created in Salesforce. Whereas in vTiger, we can create lead lists and we can tackle it separately. and our market research team can actually initially reach out and do automated emailer campaigns, see like whether these accounts have the potential to be moved to the next stage where they become an account for us where we can prospect and then pursue the opportunity out there. So that's what that's a kind of customization that we required, which was not existent with Salesforce. They might have had with different plans, but probably with the plans that we had signed up, we didn't see that customization with them. So that's why we had to move to vTiger for one more reason. And second, in terms of campaigns that we do, a lot of automated email campaigns happen from market research as well as marketing teams. So that helps us. And there is a process flow that we have set, and things have been templatized to run different campaigns and identify the right prospects, bring the right, prospects to the next stage, and where we can pursue different opportunities with them. And we use something called as sales order. So if you look at it, traditional businesses work with quote and then they issue a tax invoice and all, but we have different stages out there also. And we generally don't issue quotes basically. Our business is into enterprise. We give proposals out, and the next step for us is sales order, where we get into the legal stuff and all. So again, we had to bring in a different stage altogether, which we couldn't do it with the earlier CRM and Salesforce, because that's a standard layout or standard workflow that it comes with. Whereas vTiger could actually, you could easily implement it for us, where we could bring in a new, sales stage itself, and we could customize the field. That was the most beautiful thing. So we had our own terminologies, and we could bring our own terminologies into the platform out there. So that helped us a lot. So vTiger brings structure to the process. So that has helped us prioritize our tasks better. Sales teams have a lot of control on like what they are doing and the actions that they take on different accounts and portfolios. Brings in accountability for us, because every sales person has to be aligned to certain goals. So bringing everything onto the CRM gives us a better control and helps us understand things in a much better way. And automation is there. There are a lot of things that are automated. We do a lot of campaigns, as I said, from market research and marketing team. So automation is taken care. Insightful reports, which is really good, because different types of reports that vTiger brings to the table helps us take the right decisions out there. So all in all, it gives us complete control as to like how we need to run the process and how we need to tightly align the team.
Okay. And what makes you a happy client and recommend vTiger to a prospect?
Yeah, so we have had a great experience with vTiger. See, the biggest problem that vTiger could solve was in terms of the customization that we required, and setting the right process and putting everything onto a CRM with the way we expected was very essential. So that was done very well by vTiger, and the kind of support that your customer success and the product team comes up with or extends to us, I think it has been brilliant. So the servicing has been top notch, and we are always interacting with them. Any issue gets sorted in minutes time. So that's the kind of response that anyone would expect. And especially sales, it is time bound, right? You can't wait for things to happen over a long period. So it has to be, the action has to be taken immediately. So that way, whatever issues that come up, everything gets resolved in like max to max in like 15 minutes, half an hour. Can I take names?
Names of whom? Yeah, you can.
Yeah. So again,
You can
So-
be Sandeep from the support team.
yeah.
Success team. It's a customer success.
Okay. Sandeep from, just to mention, Sandeep from customer success team has been really helpful. The kind of support that he has brought in, and with all the requests and n number of requests that we came up with, I think he took it up and delivered for us. So we are really happy with the support that you as a team bring to the table. So and I'm willing to extend or say give a good reference about VTiger to anyone because our experience has been absolutely brilliant.
Thank you, Ankit. Anthony, just a minute. Like, there is one sentence where it told your customer support is good. Can you just make it as VTiger's customer support is good?
Okay.
So in this particular sentence, this whole paragraph you start with, VTiger's got a great team.
Yeah, got it.
You know, we are working with Sandeep and, you know, it's just start from that direction, from VTiger's.
Got it. So VTiger has got a brilliant customer success team. Sandeep works closely with us, and he has helped us at every instance. I mean, when we go to him with different kinds of requests, he has accommodated and he has ensured that things are in place for us. So that has added a lot of value, and the kind of experience that we have had with VTiger in dealing a lot of issues, the problems that we face from a sales process standpoint, they've been able to tackle that and help us solve that using the VTiger as a CRM. So I think our experience has been really good, and I'm really happy to share my reference with my people. I've already done that with a lot of people out there. Hopefully they convert as customers for you guys in the coming days. So as I said, in the last 2 years, sales has had a brilliant experience, and with that experience, we could take it to our customer success function. So we wanted to tie everything together. So today, our customer success function, we have created a separate workflow and module for them, and they are tracking everything in terms of the churn, in terms of like what renewal cases are pending and how do we address these renewals, and timely actions are being taken by these teams. So I think you guys are able to find solutions for whatever the problems, whatever requests that we come up with.
VTiger is able to find.
Okay. Okay, I'll just repeat that. So I think VTiger has been able to bring in solutions for whatever requests that we have come up with. So that has really helped us adopt this across functions for that matter. Right now I'm talking about customer success. Our marketing has already started using VTiger. They're not doing all the things on the VTiger, but I slowly see there is an adoption that is happening from there, and also they've been able to connect HubSpot to VTiger CRM. So there are more things that will happen. I'm pretty sure, I'm quite confident. Till now, you guys have accommodated all these requests.
VTiger has.
Till now, VTiger has accommodated all the requests. We hope that this will continue, and I'm pretty confident that VTiger will address whatever concerns that we have, and the new requests that we come up with will be done in the best way possible. Salesforce for our business couldn't address a lot of things. First problem that we faced with Salesforce was the user interface. Sales guys couldn't get used to it, and it was a little complex. The adoption went low. That became a problem because we couldn't capture enough data. And second, the support that we got from the team, Salesforce team, was very minimal. At the initial stages, and it was the first CRM, and we wanted everyone in the team to adopt. It didn't happen in the right way possible. So that's why we had to move out of Salesforce and look for CRM in VTiger. So for us, I spoke about this earlier. We need to keep track of things in the right way, and we wanted a lot of things to be done as per our business. So that's where VTiger helped us bringing in a lot of customization with the reports. The way we looked at the reports, the kind of format that we required in the reports was all done by VTiger in the right format. And we had to track sales cycle in our own way, and how we mature these opportunities from one stage to the other also has to happen, and we wanted clear visibility as to like what will happen with each of these stages. So that was clearly addressed by VTiger as a CRM. Second, automated email campaigns for our market reach out. So that also was brought in, and we needed customized templates out there for that also. So which was effectively done by VTiger as a CRM. And in terms of visibility, and as I said, drawing insights from like what we do as a sales team, the dashboards were customized to our requirement and how we look at the pipeline and how opportunities move over the pipeline from one level to the other. So all these things were done according to our request.
So I think what's happened is since vTiger has come into place, I think one of the first key things when I log in onto my laptop in the morning is check vTiger, see what's planned for the week, what are the closure cases for the week, right? So if there are any key opportunities to be worked on, start reaching out to those guys beforehand. Check what the meetings are in the calendar for the week, right? It also helps me basically. Should I talk about the benefits? Should I address you when I want to stop, or you want me to? You can stop. Okay, fine.
Also, don't look into the camera.
Look at him.
Look at angle.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can use your hands a bit higher.
Yeah,
You can
okay.
use it all the time.
Okay. So it helps me keep track of the meetings that are happening on a weekly basis. Whenever I get done with the meeting, and kind of I can log it onto using the app. I can log it onto the related account. Whenever I have meetings for the day, it gives me alerts. You can also, it's much easier beforehand when we had to like track meetings, we had to upload it, send Excel sheets and stuff like that. I think that's really helpful because now you can simply just, it syncs it with Google Calendar and you just need to convert a few steps and all your meetings are tracked. So from an account manager's perspective, when your boss is trying to say, where are the meetings, it kind of helps in this regard that you can basically just quickly log in all your meetings, you can keep track of all your opportunities. If there's a quick update being asked about what are the cases for the month, you can quickly just like send it across through vTiger itself. So I think that's been the key benefit in terms of using vTiger for me. So when I log in, first thing when I come into work, I log on to vTiger to check what the plans for the week are, what are the key opportunities for the week. It kind of helps me track what the meetings for the week that are going to happen is. It also, before a meeting, I get alerts from vTiger to tell me that this meeting is there today. When I walk out of a meeting, it kind of helps me keep track. I can quickly through the app log in the meeting or to the related account. And also kind of it's helped keep track of all my meetings when I have to log in meetings. Before I had to kind of log in into Excel, send it across to someone. Here it's kind of a two-step process where you just tag it to an account and your meetings, all the meetings are logged. So I think vTiger has really helped kind of ease that part of the process. And if it kind of helps me keep track of my key opportunities, again, anything that's there. Should I mention amounts? So what happens is vTiger has kind of helped me keep track of all my key opportunities. I get alerts when there are some pending closures for certain opportunities. It gives me alerts for my meetings whenever I have something for the day planned. It also helps me really track all my meetings for the week, for the month. I don't have to go through a tedious process of kind of uploading in an Excel sheet, sending it to my manager. It's kind of just a two-step process where I click four or five buttons and my meetings are logged to a particular account. So in that way, it's kind of eased my day-to-day activities a lot. And yeah, I kind of stop there. Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to start from top about getting into work and checking vTiger?
Can you give us a walkthrough
Okay.
of vTiger?
Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
So, can you give us a small walkthrough of how VTiger really helps you.
Okay. So it kind of VTiger helps me keep track of all my key opportunities on a daily basis or on a weekly basis. I come into work every day on a Monday and I can find out what the closures for the week are. It gives me alerts if there's something pending and there are key closures again for the week, so I need to act upon them. It gives me alerts for the meetings that are pending for the day or the week, right? It's also helped me kind of organize all my meetings where I don't need to work on Excel sheets or send it to my managers. It's just a 4 or 5 step process where I click a few buttons and all my meetings get tracked to the related organizations. So in this way, it's kind of really eased my day-to-day activities. I get more time to spend on working on the accounts rather than having to kind of work on small little things. That's where VTiger has really helped me.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, Karan.
What are the benefits that you are experiencing using VTiger, and how has VTiger made your life easier?
Okay. I think we'll cover the same thing. What all do you want me to mention?
Probably you can talk about code approval process
Okay.
and
Communicating with the internal teams
Okay.
by using get mentions as a command.
Okay.
so you can tell I don't have to scream across my desk to get something approved, or
Okay.
I don't have to run behind my manager to
Managers.
get
Right.
approved.
Okay.
It's just a click and it's done
Okay.
in a
Okay,
few
fine.
minutes or seconds.
Okay. Fine.
So, Rolling, what are the benefits of using VTiger, and how has VTiger made your life easier?
As a salesperson, what happens is towards the end of the month when there are some key closures happening, you kind of have to run behind your manager to get approvals on certain things. VTiger's really helped that process where you can just mention to the manager that is there, and alert will go to the manager. So I don't need to keep running after him, search for him, and scream across my desk asking him for an approval. It kind of done. It's a one-click acceptance in terms of getting an approval. So that's really kind of helped me, especially during the last week of the month or last week of the quarter, where you want to be focused on the more important things rather than kind of chasing someone to get an approval. So that's really helped me. I can do it once more.
Can you tell us how has VTiger helped you at HackerEarth?
Okay. I think the most important thing that I've seen as a salesperson is during the end of the month or the end of the quarter when you're chasing closures. I think you don't want to be spending time getting approvals or yelling at someone across the table asking for an approval. You can just basically on VTiger you can tag them, and kind of the acceptance is very easy, where the manager needs to click on the button and the quote gets approved or the invoice gets approved. So I think that's really benefited me in kind of saving my time and focusing on the key work that is there, and not kind of getting stuck up in the administrative kind of side of things. So that's been the key benefit for me using VTiger.
You can also just mention, apart from this, there are a lot of other areas where everything is customized according to my need. You can
Okay.
just-
Again from the beginning.
You can-
Okay.
only last
Okay.
last couple of paragraphs.
Okay.
Last paragraph.
It kind of also helped. It's very customizable. The earlier CRM that you want me to use Salesforce? Huh?
Yeah.
You want me to say
Yeah,
Salesforce?
you
Yeah.
can.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. VTiger has been really beneficial because it's kind of more customized and agile in terms of suiting the needs that as a salesperson you want. When we were using Salesforce earlier, it was kind of clunky. The UI was kind of not cool, if you could say. But VTiger is kind of, there's a flow to it. If there's something that we feel would suit us better, we can always reach out to VTiger and they customize it for us. So that's really been great in terms of suiting the needs that are there and kind of not being structured and not being agile. Okay, I'm going to come back to that. Let's do it once more.
Yeah, so you just need to end now.
Yeah.
Okay. The really great thing about VTiger is that it's very customizable. We used to use Salesforce before, where if there was something that didn't really suit our use case, it took forever to kind of get it customized, or possibly it couldn't be done also. Here, the good thing about vTiger is they feel that there's a flow that can be changed to suit our needs. We can just reach out to vTiger and they really do it quickly. The UI is much better. It doesn't feel clunky in terms of using. So that's really been the great part about using vTiger as a salesperson. Salespeople kind of don't like CRMs that much. So it's been really great having vTiger, and kind of it's got you used to using a CRM as compared to earlier. So that's been the real benefit for vTiger for me.
Could just repeat that last line,
Yeah.
just slower.
You want me to use the salesperson bit?
Yeah.
Huh?
Everything, but just slower, and that's
Yeah.
punching.
You could rephrase the part where you said salespeople usually do not like to spend a lot of time.
That's what you don't. vTiger is on CRM, right?
On
What on Vita again?
On CRM,
Say CRM.
but vTiger has
Yeah,
changed
changed
that.
that.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do the
Only the last line is.
only the last line, right? So as salespeople, you know that we don't like spending that much time. Okay. As salespeople, we generally don't like spending that much time on CRMs. But what's happened is since vTiger has come in, it's kind of made things a lot more easier, and we've started to see the kind of benefit that could be gained from using a CRM like vTiger. So that's really been the great thing about having vTiger on board with us.